Throughout history, people have been absolutely certain the world was about to end. They've sold their homes, quit their jobs, given away everything they owned, spent billions of dollars preparing, and every single time, they were wrong. Today, I'm covering 4 of the biggest doomsday predictions in modern history, how they started, why millions believed them, and exactly what happened when the date everyone feared finally arrived. Stick around, because story number 3 involves an entire mountain in France getting shut down by police. Let's get into it. Let's start in 1999. Old computer systems only stored the last 2 digits of a year, so 1999 was just 99 foot in the code. Programmers realized that when the clock struck midnight on January 1st, 2000, computers everywhere might misread the date as 1900 and break completely. This wasn't a fringe theory. Banks, power grids, airlines, hospitals, even nuclear systems ran on decades-old code nobody had fully audited. Governments spent over $300 billion trying to fix it in time. And it wasn't just institutions panicking, regular people did too. Families stockpiled food, water, and generators. Some sold their homes and moved to rural areas, convinced society itself might collapse if the power grid failed. Then midnight hit. Lights stayed on. Planes stayed in the sky. Banks kept running. The most expensive bug fix project in history turned out to be mostly fine. Some experts argue the massive fix effort is exactly why nothing happened. Others say it was overblown from the start. Either way, the apocalypse didn't show up. Fast forward to 2011. This time, it wasn't a computer bug, it was one man's math. His name was Harold Camping, a Christian radio broadcaster who used his own calculations based on the Bible to declare the exact date and time the rapture would happen. May 21st, 2011, at 6 p.m. And people believed him. Not casually, completely. Followers quit their jobs, sold their homes, spent their life savings funding billboards across the country warning strangers to prepare. Some parents made plans for what would happen to their children if only the parents were taken. 6 p.m. came, then 7, then midnight. Nothing happened. Camping later said he'd made a math error in his calculation and picked a new date 5 months later. That prediction failed too. He passed away a couple years after, having never publicly gotten a date right. Then came December 21st, 2012, maybe the most globally hyped doomsday date in modern history. It started with the Mayan long count calendar, an ancient system that simply ran out of dates on that specific day, the same way your calendar resets after December 31st. That's it. That's genuinely all it meant to the Maya. But somehow, the internet turned a calendar rollover into a global extinction event. Movies were made about it. News segments covered it seriously. NASA had to publicly issue statements denying that the world was ending. An actual government space agency, spending time and resources to calm down conspiracy theories. The strangest part of this one, a small mountain in France called Bugarac became the center of a bizarre rumor that it secretly hid an alien escape bunker that would save anyone nearby when the world ended. So many believers tried to travel there that French authorities had to block roads leading to the mountain to control the crowds. December 21st came, then the 22nd. Nothing happened. Again, our final story goes back even further, to the 1500s, and a Frenchman named Nostradamus. He wrote a book of predictions using 4-line poems called quatrains. No dates, no names, just vague, cryptic imagery about kings, fires, and disasters. Here's the trick. Because his writing was so vague, people could reinterpret it after major events happened and claim he'd predicted them all along. Hitler, World Wars, 9/11, even the moon landing. This is a well-known pattern called retroactive interpretation. You can make almost any vague text fit almost any event after the fact. For 500 years, people have used his writings to predict the end of the world, 1999, 2012, and dates that are still ahead of us today. None of them have come true yet. And if the pattern holds, they probably won't. So that's 4 separate moments in history where people were completely convinced the end was near. A computer bug, one man's math, an ancient calendar, and a 500-year-old book of riddles. Every single time, the world kept turning. If there's one thing this pattern teaches us, it's that certainty about the future has a pretty bad track record. But that hasn't stopped people from trying, and it definitely won't stop here. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe. I cover a new failed doomsday prediction every week, and trust me, history has given us no shortage of material to work with. See you in the next one.